Hello, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to what I believe will be the first episode of trying to cast every single G1 Bionicle mask. This is going to be somewhat of smaller videos, unless I decide that I'm going to make like really long videos. I do have a couple ideas for some longer videos, but other than that, no. Let's get into this. So we're going to cast this mask right here, which I've already done, but I still want to show you guys the mask and everything. This is the Shelek, I think, or I believe on the wiki it's pronounced it Shelek is how they said it. But no, this is the mask we are going to cast, which I already casted. The only reason why I didn't show you guys the process is because I didn't want to make the video longer than it had to be. But no, this is it and everything like that. And then here is the mold for it, which I personally think I outdid myself with this mold. I think this mold's going to work out pretty well. I just have this one little mess up right here by the face and anything. But once I cast this and everything, there will be like a... Oh, excuse me, I apologize about that. But there will be a little spot in the mask from this where I will have to clean it out. Other than that shouldn't be a big problem. But no, I personally think this mold's going to work. I think it's going to be really, really cool. Everything like that. And if you're wondering why I didn't start with the Toamata and the Toanuva mask, it's just because I don't have all of them at the moment, sadly. So you guys are going to have to deal with this mask first. That, and I just thought that this would be a cool mask to use. This is one of the masks I had as a kid. I had both of these kits. I can't recall what their names were, but I believe they were the Makuta, I believe, from the Cardinui series, if I'm correct. I may be wrong. I'm very not caught up with my Bionicle and everything like that, but no, I did have both of these along with the green version. I remember I bought the green version for my birthday one year. I had a bunch of birthday money and I saw that and I was immediately like, oh, I want that. So yeah, I actually had both of these and I thought that was really cool. So I just shared it with you and everything. But no, like I said, I'm not going to show you guys a lot of the process of making a mold and everything like that. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start making masks with it and show you guys what like crazy combinations of masks and everything I come up with and everything like that. So yeah, I will show you guys some of the process of doing these molds and everything in some of these videos, just not every single one, because I just feel like that would be boring. So no, let's cut to the actual masks that get made and everything like that. So welcome back, everybody. It's not so much a welcome back as it is a continuation of what you guys just saw a little bit ago. But no, I'm done molding or making all the masks and everything, at least the ones that I wanted to make. I tried to make 5 copies all together so you guys could see different colors and everything, and I did have actually some problems making molds of this mask and everything, but I mean, or copies, excuse me, but I mean, hey, honestly it turned out all right, and I think the finished one or the final one actually turned out pretty good in my opinion. But I'm going to start from worst and work my way all the way up to best to show you guys what all went wrong and what all happened and everything. So like I said, here's the mask that we made. This is the Shelek. This is the powerless version that belongs to the Shadow Matoran. I believe I said that this was this one belonged to the Makuta in the last part. It doesn't. It belongs to the Shadow Matoran, but it's the powerless version. So yeah, no, just to get that out of the way, because I knew someone was kind of probably sitting there yelling at me and everything. So yeah, but with all that out of the way, here's the first one I made, which turned out absolutely terrible. I tried to go for like a silver and blue type of color, but it didn't turn out very well. This is when I found out that I had to put the pipette down in the mold to get the little mouse spikes to come out right and everything. And I did get a good peg out of it and everything like that, and it is hard and everything, so I could possibly use it, but I don't think I'm going to. I will most likely get rid of this. And what I did to get this silver is I actually coated the inside of this mold right here with a silver pigment, and that's actually how I got this silver onto this this blue mold and everything, because this is actually like a transparent blue and all that. So yeah, that's how that one went out. And then I did the same thing with this one, but in green. So yeah, here's this terrible green one. The reason why this one is bad, even though I had a good peg and everything, and this stuff I can get out with like a Dremel and everything. This is just where like the pegs were. So if you're wondering, oh, what's this? That's from my actual mold and everything. But no, I did this one in green, and I did the exact same thing. It's green and silver. It's really squishy though, so it's never gonna cure, sadly. So I'm using new resin. I'm using less resin, bubble free resin, and you have to stir it way longer than what I thought to get a good pour out of it. And then here's this one. This one I absolutely loved, and I'm probably going to remake in the future, but this is a green one. I think all green, except for the peg. The peg is blue. I'll explain why in a second. But no, another one that's never going to cure. Sadly, it's really squishy. And the reason why this peg is blue, like a light blue like that, is because of a flaw with this mold. Now, something about this mold, and it's like this with a couple of different molds I made, is that the peg is right here. And when you fill up the mold, you fill it up like this. Oh, there's a hair right there. Ugh, get that out of here. Get out of here. You nasty mother. Okay, there we go. But no, when I fill it up like this. And as you see, resin doesn't go up once you pour it into the mold. So what I do is I make these duplicate axles. Got them in this little baggie right here. And I just cut little pieces off, and I put those in that mold. So when I'm pouring resin in there and everything, one of these axles will become a part of like the actual mask. And then it prevents me from having to do all these like wumbo jumbo stuff to get like, resin up into that pit and all that stuff. So yeah, no, I made a mold of these axles, and I've been using them since. So yeah, no, that's how that happened. But no, that is the one flaw with these molds, is that resin just can't go up once you start pouring it in. So I wish it would make it a lot easier. But no, that's the one flaw with a couple of these molds that I have, which really, really sucks. But hey, whatever, we're going to move this green one back over here. And like I said, this is a lovely green color. Like I wish this one would have turned out good. It does have some bubbles down here, but hey, whatever. This next one, it would have turned out absolutely perfect and everything, but you guys remember that thing I told you where resin doesn't go up into the thing? Yeah. So this one turned out magnificent. I really, really like it. These are a little short, but I would have still used this mask. It was really, really nice. It's in a nice like honey color. I never put a peg in there though, so yeah, screwed myself on that one. Yep, that's how that worked out. But no, the one that turned out the best in my opinion, and I personally think is the trophy piece, even though it's got a little bit of flaws on it, is this one right here. So I used the same method that I did with those first two, where I powdered the inside of the mold. I did it with two different dyes of blue. I did it with a lighter blue and then a dark blue, and then I used a white as a base for like the actual resin color. And then I filled it in like that. And I made sure to put a peg in there this time and everything. And even though it's got like some little bumps right here on the sides and everything, there's like some bubblage and everything, I personally think that this is like the best one out of all of them. And I really, really like it. I personally feel like I did what I went out to do. I made a perfect copy of the Shelek, and I think that'll be it for it. And I can move on to my next mask, because my goal is to make a mold of every single Bionicle mask from Generation 1, and then I'm going to move on to Generation 2, and then maybe do like Hero Factory, But it's just like a goal I have, something I want to do. And I think I nailed it for this one. I know some people will have their complaints and everything, and I know that the mask isn't color matching with like any like parts or anything like that. Later down the line, I will like make masks that do color match and everything. But for the moment, I really personally just like doing crazy colors. I think it's pretty. I think it's cool. So yeah, I think I nailed I nailed this one. So yeah, I do think this is a little bit more like right up here. It's a little bit like squished down and everything compared to up here on the Shelek, where it's more it's more like pushed out and everything. Sorry, I'm trying to put the mask in the middle of the middle of the camera, but it's kind of hard for me to do sometimes. But no, I feel like this is a little wider, where this is a little pushed in, but honestly, I feel like that's a win. So yeah, I think I nailed it. So with that said, if you guys liked the video, all that, leave a comment, all that stuff. Say what, say whatever you want to say, what all that, if you don't like the mask, by all means, you don't, you don't have to like it, but I like it. I think it looks good. I think it looks really good. But no, with that, I hope you guys all enjoy your day, all right?